It's nearly ready, but not exactly ready. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Efe and this is my kitchen, Efe's Food Kitchen. In today's video I'm going to be making grilled tilapia fish and yam. So in front of you have the yam. That's the yam, and that's the tilapia fish, which I'm going to be grilling whole. I have lemon, 4 lemons. I have sweet bell pepper in different colors. Then I also have some mini sweet peppers. I have onions, Scotch bonnet pepper or atarodo. I have fish seasoning, 14 spices, ginger, salt, tomato puree, a bit of bouillon powder, and vegetable oil. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the fish. So this fish arrived frozen, so I'm putting it into the bowl and I'm going to be leaving it in some water so it can be totally defrosted and all the ice, melted. So I'm just going to leave that for a few minutes and then we come back to it later. So let's clean this fish. It is totally defrosted. So the first thing I'm doing is taking off the fins, which is those things that flap on the sides, and then the next thing I'll be doing is just taking out all the fins, and then some of them are quite hard to do, so obviously I had to use a kitchen scissors. It's much easier using a kitchen scissors than using a knife. So as you can see, I'm snapping off all the fins. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is take out the gills. That's the one by the head, inside the head. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So now I am going to clean it with lemon. That one that I did was just phase 1. So I'm doing phase 2. I'm cleaning it with lemon proper. So let's get this fish cleaned properly. As you can see, I'm using lemon both on the inside and the outside to make sure, everything is well clean. Remove all the sliminess from it because we don't want that. Cutting the lemon, again, putting it, rinsing the fish, then adding another lemon, squeezing it on the fish. So just want this fish to be really, really clean, and then adding some salt as well. So now I am cleaning my sink because obviously the fish, if you don't do that, it will give your sink a fishy smell. So I'm doing it now with some boiling water and washing up liquid, washing up soap with a sink brush, making sure everything's nice and clean. Next thing I'm going to do is wash the yam. So the yam is washed. I'm just going to pat it dry before I start slicing it. So I'm ready to slice this yam now. So this is how I am going to slice this yam. Then I'm going to cut it like this. That's why I'm going to cut it and put it in this water. And I'll continue doing this till it's done. Just going to put some salt in. So what I'm going to do with the yam, I've cut it already. See, that's how I cut it. Like big chips. So I'm going to parboil it, half cooked, and then I'm going to transfer it to the air fryer. I'm not going to fry it direct. I'm going to put my yam in. So now I'm going to let it boil till it's nearly cooked. Then when it's cooked, I'll bring it out, strain it, spray it with a little bit of oil and transfer it to the air fryer. So now I'm going to season this fish. I'm going to first of all slice the skin. The reason why I'm doing this is so all the spices can go into the fish. So I'll continue doing this till I've done all 4. I'm going to start seasoning this fish. I'm putting 2 Scotch bonnets in here in my mortar and pestle. And then I'm adding fish seasoning. 2 teaspoons of that. I'm also adding onion powder. I'll say 1.5 tablespoons. Garlic powder, the same amount. Ginger. You definitely need ginger with fish. So I'll put 2 teaspoons. Then my 14 spices. I'll say 2 teaspoons. Then salt. These seasonings have salt, so I'm only putting 1 teaspoon of salt. If I need more, I can always add more. I'm going to be giving that. Then I'm going to add a bit of oil inside as well. And that's it. So I'm ready to season my fish now. Actually, I'll just use my hand. And then when I finish, I can always wash my hands. Posh posh. I'll wash my hand after. I want all the seasoning to go inside the fish. Inside proper. If I use glove, the thing is not even all this thing. It just, I don't know. Make sure you have all the seasoning. Go all those gashes you made. Make sure it's going inside everywhere. Inside the fish itself. Yeah, since the fish has to be seasoned. Oh, we don't do tasteless fish around here. It has to be seasoned proper. I think I even need more ginger. Let me clean my hand and I'll take the ginger. Ginger is not enough. Ginger needs to be pungent in this fish. So I'm seasoning it now with ginger. So I'm going to leave that to rest for about 30 minutes because we've already made gashi, so we know it's going to be nice and tasty. So I'll leave it to rest for 30 minutes, then I'll put it in the oven to grill. So the fish has been resting for about a whole hour. I let it rest for that long so it can be really nice and tasty and delicious. So I'm going to be putting it into this tray. Then I'll go and get another tray because I don't want it to be too crowded. I'm gonna put all the juices on it. We don't want to waste this because this is where all the spices are. So it's going straight into the oven now. I'm going to bake it or grill it, should I say, for about 30 minutes or so till it's cooked and nice and brown. And then I'm going to be turning it over halfway. Now I am going to do my prep as well. My onions, my sweet peppers and all of that for the fish. So that's the yam. I just taking it out. It's not really cooked. It's like 80% cooked. And I drizzled a bit of oil on it, so it's going straight into the air fryer now. So it's going straight into the air fryer now. So I'm putting it on now. So I'm going to be roasting it. It's on 100 and I'm putting it on 150. No, 455. So I'm going to be roasting it for about 30 minutes. I just want it to be nice and crispy, but not too brown. That's it. So now I'm making I'm going to cut the onions. You see the two bowls in front of you. This is the one that I'm going to use for the fish, to marinate, to put on the fish, and that's the one for the sauce I'm making. I'm making a sauce as well. So the one that I'm going to use for my sauce, I am going to cut into smaller pieces, not chunky circles like the one I'm going to put on the fish. So that's what I'm doing. I'm slicing the onions to slice, and then obviously I'm going to cut it lengthways as well, so they're smaller. So that's what I'm going to be using for my sauce, which is going to be going into that white bowl that you can see in front of you. I'm going to cut, this is for the fish itself. So this one is going to be big, not small. So I've taken the skin off, so I'm just going to slice it. I'm going to continue doing this till it's done. So that's the one for the fish. See, they're bigger, more rounder, not as small as the other one that I'm going to use for the sauce. So I am cutting the peppers now. This is for my sauce, so I'm going to cut it smaller. So that's the one for the sauce. So now I'm going to cut one more red one for the sauce and the other red one for the fish as well, and I'll be back. So that's the one for the fish. What I did, I took out this. I'm just cut slicing it. So that goes into the fish. So I'll finish cutting. So this is the one for my sauce. Actually no, this one goes here. That's the smaller one, and that's the one for my fish. I'm ready to do these sauces. So that one is for the fish, and this one is for the general sauce. I'm going to leave that to heat up and I'll be back. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some ginger and garlic sauce paste, sorry, in this and in that as well. I'm multitasking, doing two things at the same time. Now I'm going to put tomato puree, 2, and I'm putting 1 in that one. Putting it now, I'm not going to wait for it to. So I'm putting the one for the fish there, and this is the sauce that we're going to eat the yam with, yam and the fish with. I'm not putting any tomatoes, just puree. Adding some salt because I didn't put any salt. I'm going to also add some apple cider vinegar to that one. So that's going on the fish. So give it some acidity. Nice. Now I'm also adding some ginger to the sauce as well. You know, we added some ginger to the fish. And I'm adding ginger to this too. Okay. Next, I'm going to add just a bit of the 14 spices and a bit of that as well. So the secret ingredient I'm going to add is brown sugar to the fish sauce, just a teaspoon. That will balance out the acidity of the apple cider vinegar. I'm going to add a bit of water to it. So the sauce is done. I'm going to be turning that off. So we're just waiting on the fish now and the yam. So I've put the sauce on the fish. So it's going back into the oven for 5 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes for everything to incorporate. Then I'll see you then. Guys, that's the food. It's ready. That's the air fried yam, the fish, and the sauce. So I'm going to dish it out and put on a plate, guys, so you can see how I'm going to be serving it. Here is the food. It's ready. It's been plated up in front of you here. That's the sauce on the left, the air fried yam, the fish, the sweet red and yellow pepper, and onions as well. And you also have lemon that you can squeeze on top of it as well to eat. So guys, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.